I'm a huge believer in Gen 4 remakes next year. Let's break down the incredible shiny Pokemon in the Sinnoh region and see which ones are best. Let's do it.
Butterfree,
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka Drop. Pretty guys, a brand new video today. But before we jump into the Pokemon content, I want to tell you guys about something that I've been dealing with lately, and that is eye strain and eye fatigue. For those who don't know, I sit in front of 5 monitors at my workstation, and many of you guys can relate with many computer monitors and video games and TVs and everything like that. And these devices all emit something called blue light, and these blue lights can actually harm your eye. They can actually create eye strain, itchy eyes, headaches, and even trouble falling asleep, especially if you're using your phone right in front of your face before you go to bed. I'm sure we can all relate to this problem, and I gotta tell you guys, it's serious, man, especially when I do a lot of marathons and I'm in front of my computer for an extended period of time. Luckily for me, I have my GMG Performance eyeglasses. These glasses help block blue light, they reduce eye strain, they maintain quality of vision over long term, which is huge for me, especially sitting in front of so many screens, and ultimately, probably my favorite part is they help me get a better night of sleep. I'm actually rocking my Optimizer glasses right now, but I also have a pair of the Osiris ones here too. There's 3 different styles that you can find on their website right now. If you're like me and most people and you struggle being in front of screens, your phone, TVs, and all these blue light emitting devices, you can pick up your GMG Performance eyeglasses with the best offer they have this year. Ending on November 30th at midnight PST, you can actually get 50% off all of their glasses. That's half the price, and I've got a unique coupon code and link in the description for you guys to save 50% off your GMG Performance eyeglasses. I'm not kidding when I say these are a game changer for reducing eye strain, eye fatigue, reflexes, and just getting a better night's sleep altogether. So check out the link in the description below to get 50% off your GMG Performance eyeglasses. Let's roll the video. All right, so Gen 4 features some incredible shinies, and I'm actually really excited to make this video, as we've got some great shinies here. As you can see, the starters, we've got Shieldon, Bastiodon, and if you guys didn't see my Gen 8 shiny breakdown video, I've got that in the description below as well. You guys seem to like that. Although I did see some comments and people were a little frustrated with my rating strategy, saying that I rated them a little too much based on their usability as opposed to their shiny. So I'll try to be a little bit more objective about their shinies. But let's get it started, baby. I love me some Turtwig line, man, let me tell you. I actually feel like Turtwig and Grotle. Torterra, I feel like isn't as good because it kind of loses that green that Turtwig gets, but I really love this shiny line. I'm not as big of a fan of the Infernape line, if I'm being honest. I'll just put them in decent. I do think that they have pretty cool shinies, and while I do like the Pokemon, I don't think the shiny's that good. I will say, though, that Empoleon's shiny line is actually garbage. They had all the potential in the world to make it like a Black Tux Penguin, and they totally left that out. So I'm a little disappointed about that one. And furthermore, I'm going to say it's garbage tier. I think that Starly and Staravia are pretty disappointing. I will put Staraptor, however, in decent because I do like that little blue on its head, and I think it's a pretty cool shiny. Bidoof is pretty garbage tier as a shiny, unfortunately, so we're going to put that in just the bottom barrel. It's really the bottom Bibarel. If you guys enjoyed this video, you should... It's really, I had to do it. It's really kind of meh, if I'm being totally honest. Kricketot, I would say, is disappointing. Kricketune is okay. I'm gonna put it in decent. I do like kind of the golden coloring to it, and I'm obviously partial to Kricketune. I think it's an okay shiny. When we get to some of the god tier ones, though, I mean, we're gonna put Shinx, Luxray, and Luxio, rather, and I'm gonna put Luxray as our first god tier shiny because I genuinely do believe that Luxray is one of the best shiny Pokemon of all time. The contrast of the yellow and the black together just looks phenomenal, man. What a great shiny that is. Budew a special Pokemon to me. I'm gonna put it in decent. While it is actually I'm gonna put it in disappointing. While it's very, very subtle as a shiny, it has the little purple bib. I think that looks pretty cool. I do like Roserade, though. Roserade is gonna go to super good. I love the color change of the flowers. The black and purple, I think, looks super duper clean. Very cool shiny. Cranidos, another good one. I'm gonna put in decent, and Rampardos also in decent. Although, no, I'm gonna put him actually in super good because in hindsight, like, what else do you do to this? You maybe make it a blue color. I think the red actually looks really good. Shieldon and Bastiodon, I'm gonna put in disappointing. 2 Pokemon that I think could have been a little bit better. And while I do like the Pokemon, I think that their shinies are very, very meh. Cherum is another one I'm gonna put in kind of the disappointing tier. And I'm actually going to surprisingly put Burmy in the garbage tier. All the forms of Burmy in garbage tier. Same with Wormadam. This Pokemon is absolutely trash. But luckily for us, Mothim has arrived. And for those who don't know, Mothim, previously my mascot Pokemon, currently in my avatar right now, in my opinion, one of the best shiny Pokemon of all time. No doubt about it in my mind. I think it's incredible. The way the contrast of the blue and the yellow. And if Sinnoh remakes do come out, one of my main goals of that game is to track down that shiny Mothim, of course, in Diamond Pearl remakes, if that is what happens. Combee here, I'm gonna say is disappointing. Investoquen, as hard as you have to work for it, kind of disappointing shinies, I'm not gonna lie. Pachirisu, while I do not like this shiny palette, I think it's a decent shiny, so I can't hate too much on it. I'm surprised that we actually skipped ahead to Cherim earlier, because we're almost at Cherubi. Floatzel and Buizel, I'm gonna say are disappointing. I don't like that color yellow, personally. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't like that color yellow, and then right afterwards, I'm gonna say I absolutely love Drifloon and Drifloon. And are they like the same yellow? I don't think so. I feel like Floatzel's yellow definitely looks different than Drifloon's and Drifbloom's yellow. And I absolutely love, why are all the shinies yellow? I absolutely love the Drifloom shiny line, and I love the blue on it and how it contrasts. And I feel like sometimes a shiny's appeal is also weighed not against just its shiny on its own, but also weighed against the regular version of that Pokemon, if that makes sense. I'm gonna say Cherubi and Cherim are disappointing as well. I do find that whole line to be meh. The pink Shellos is garbage. Blue Shellos is the best Shellos, by the way. But these are really disappointing shinies, all things considered. I also feel the same way about Ambipom. I find it to be pretty disappointing, but I guess I don't really know what else. Why are there two? I don't really know. I don't know what else they really do about it. Baneri and Lopunny I'm gonna put up here. Same with Mega Lopunny's actually a little bit better, but I'm gonna keep it in the decent section still, because I don't really think it's that good, but Mega Lopunny at least gives a little bit to work with. I do not like Mismagius though, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna put that in disappointing. Mischievous kind of falls in the same group. I'm not really big fan of that. I do not like Honchkrow either, dude. Like, I just do not like Honchkrow shiny. The purple, I mean, it looks okay, but it's just not for me. I think that these are just garbage tier, and same with Chingling. These are all garbage tier. Skuntank looks a little bit faded, I feel like, in the games nowadays, but it's an okay. I'm gonna say disappointing for Stunky and Skuntank. Not really the biggest fan of these shinies, if I'm being totally honest. Bronzor is actually pretty good. Bronzong has some similarities. I kind of like Bronzor more. Like the green plate looks really clean in my opinion, and Bronzong looks okay. So I like that. Bonsly, I'm gonna say is disappointing, but it does fit along the line. I just feel like that color scheme together is super weird to me. Mime Jr., I just don't like that at all. And Happiny, also garbage tier. Chatot, I would say is pretty disappointing, all things considered. They could have done something a little bit better with that. There's definitely shinies that are way better than that one. Spiritomb, however, is going all the way to God tier. Spiritomb, in my opinion, one of the absolute best shiny Pokemon of all time. That blue and that purple contrasting just looks so clean. I actually even think that Gible goes into super good, believe it or not, because I do quite like Gible shiny. That vibrant blue and that yellow looks so good together. Gabite, I would say, is decent, but Garchomp is going to garbage tier. And I actually am gonna put this in garbage tier too. I hate the purple pink Garchomp. I hate it so much. Munchlax, I'm gonna put in disappointing. I dig it, but not enough. I don't like Lucario shiny either, man. I'm gonna also put that in disappointing. Never been a big fan of Lucario's yellow shiny. I just really never found that to be that awesome. Hippopotas is kind of garbage as well, kind of garbage tier shinies. Scorpy, however, is going straight to God tier. Scorpy is one of the absolute most awesome shinies of all time, in my opinion. I love the red. It's super vibrant, pops out hardcore. Drapion, though, is very disappointing. It loses that color red that Scorpy has, which is super frustrating, and it's like super washed out. I just don't like it at all. Croagunk is okay. I'm gonna put him in decent with Toxicroak. Not exactly my favorite shinies, but I like the difference, right? This is a shiny coloring that we don't see a lot, so I'll give him some props to that one. This is Carnivine, also disappointing. I hate Finneon, Lumineon, they're just terrible. Mantike, also really bad. Snover is going into the decent section with Abomasnow and Mega Abomasnow, but I'm actually going to put Mega Abomasnow. I guess they're kind of the same, but I just love this coloring. I mean, I guess you could argue that these would also go to super good, but I'm gonna just put a Mega Abomasnow in there because I really like how it looks with that blue coloring and the icicles and stuff. I think it looks super clean. I'm not a Weavile shiny fan. I do not like that shiny at all. Magnezone, another one that I think could have been so much better. This is a subtle shiny that's not terrible, but it's also not that good. Much like a Togekiss, which I think we're getting to here. It's garbage tier, bro. I mean, it's really bad. I'm even gonna hate on Yanmega right now and put it in disappointing, because for me, much like Scorpy and Drapion, Yanma has a beautiful vibrant blue shiny and it gets dulled out on Yanmega, and I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I do quite like Tangrowth here, though. I'm gonna put that in the decent category. Licky, I'm not a big fan of Licky. That orange is weird. Rhyperior is another one, though. I think they could have went a totally different route with Rhyperior. Not really feeling that one. I'm gonna put that in disappointing. Same with Magmortar. I don't like Magmortar. The evolutions are just garbage, dude. Really frustrated about those evolutions because they could have been so much better and they just kind of dropped the ball on those. Electivire is another one. That's another shiny. The Electivire line, Electabuzz, Elekid, all shinies that could have been so good, and they're just garbage in my opinion. Porygon Z, however, is a great shiny. I'm gonna put that in the... I'm gonna put it in the super good tier because I actually really like PZ. Gliscor is pretty good as well. I'm gonna put this in the decent tier. I quite like that shiny. It's not bad. Gallade shiny is one that I'm gonna also put in super good with its Mega, because I do feel like this is one of those where like I actually don't like Gallade, but I do like its shiny. I think it's really clean. Furthermore, I'm gonna just do one Rotom. I think Rotom is gonna go into the decent category. They all look pretty much the same. Dusknoir is garbage, especially when you compare it to Duskull and Dusclops. Very frustrating. Frostlass also garbage. Mamoswine is disappointing because it could have been so much better, but that whole line is really lacking on shinies. Probopass is also, I'm gonna say decent actually. The gold looks pretty clean on Nosepass. It's a nice contrast from what it normally looks like. And then we've got some legendaries because all these we kind of already did. Uxie I think is actually decent. I do quite like Uxie. I'm gonna actually put all of them in the decent section. I don't really think that Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, I mean, they're good shinies. They're not anything super crazy. They don't blow me away, but they're solid shinies. Dialga and Palkia. Palkia, obviously, I'm pretty known for my Palkia hype. I'm gonna put it in disappointing, but Dialga, in my opinion, is actually gonna go to the super good tier. I quite like Dialga. I really do. I think it's a great shiny. Heatran, another one, disappointing. Regigigas is decent. I think it's all right. Giratina, dude. This one is actually, I'm just gonna rank one of them because they look very similar. I'm putting that in the god tier, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Giratina, that blue and that dark coloring and the silver, it's just such a great palette, dude. Super duper good. Cresselia is actually really good too. I'm gonna put Cresselia in super good. Not bad. Manaphy is meh. These are both meh. Darkrai is one that I think is decent. I don't mind the slight change with Darkrai because, like, I guess unless you make it super silver or white, you're not gonna do too much to it anyway. Arceus is kind of, I mean, I'll just put it in decent because it's, you know, I don't really see they could have done much. And Shaman, we're gonna only rank one Shaman, and I'm gonna actually put Shaman in super good. I love the kind of bright green color palette there. Very, very different. So that's some pretty cool stuff right there. That is my tier list. I think we covered everything. We did. A couple forms I missed, but that's okay. We covered everything in Generation 4, and Luxray, Mothim, Drifloon, Drifblim, Spiritomb, Scorpy, and Giratina take my god tier slot. I'll actually put this whole tier list in the description below if you guys want to do your own tier ranking. And I want to thank my friends at GMG Performance Glasses today for sponsoring this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. All the information is going to be in the description below. And if you want to see me do a different generation and rank all those shinies, let me know in the comments section below. My name is Dan. I also go by A-Drive, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. If you guys enjoyed this video, you should definitely check out this one right here. Otherwise, this one's pretty awesome too. Check out one of my videos, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.